Okay, hey guys, it's me, Andrea Renee with She Cooked It. And today we're gonna be making margarita chicken with two different kinds of tequila. I have this Herradura and then I have the Lime Patron tequila. So I'm gonna use both of these to make our chicken today. And I'm gonna pair it with some mango salsa and some rice. So I'm gonna get the rice started before I get the marinade going for the chicken. So today I'm just gonna be using my rice cooker, which by the way is the best thing ever. I'm only gonna do about 1 cup of rice because I'm not making a large portion. So I'm gonna get the rice on it. Like I said, I have 1 cup of rice and I'm using my rice cooker today. So I'm gonna do 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of oil. And later I'm gonna add some fresh cilantro to the rice also. So I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil and get this started because it takes about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so the rice is going. So while the rice is going, we're gonna do the marinade for the chicken. So in this marinade, of course, it's gonna be tequila. And let's see, we're gonna start it off. I'm gonna do the olive oil first. So I'm gonna do about maybe a tablespoon of olive oil. Maybe more. No, maybe yeah, a tablespoon of olive oil. So yeah, we'll do a tablespoon. And then we're gonna add our tequila. So I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the Lime Patron liqueur. And then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the Now the alcohol, as you know, well if you don't know, is cooked out of the chicken once you start cooking the chicken. But you still have the flavors. Okay. So we have our tequilas in there. And it's a super easy recipe. So it does have red pepper flakes in it and black pepper for spice. So it is going to be a spicy margarita chicken. Then we're going to do black pepper. So this is about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And then we'll do some garlic powder. And maybe the same amount, half a teaspoon. And then some onion powder. And then maybe this is 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So it's not very much salt. Can you see that? The salt portion is not that much. So that's about 1/4 of salt. And then I'm gonna do some Italian seasoning. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger. Now don't sleep on the ginger because a little bit of ginger will bring out flavors that you didn't even know exist. So I'm gonna do a little bit of my ginger. So yeah, that's about a 1/4 of a teaspoon. I don't use measurements often. And I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of fresh garlic, well, minced garlic. It's not fresh today. And then I add paprika for color. And then the last ingredient will be the lime. So I'm gonna use 1½ limes. So 1 whole and then 1/2. And you just squeeze the juice out of that. And then We're gonna whisk it all together. And then we're gonna get our chicken. And this is probably for 1 to 2 portions. And so what you want to do after that is put it in a Ziploc bag. Your chicken breast is going to go in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to go ahead and get my skillet hot. And what I like to do, because these are chicken breasts, and they're usually pretty thick. So before I actually refrigerate it, I kind of like to flatten it out a little bit. So I put it in my Ziploc bag, and we're gonna use the same bag. So I put it in here, and I just kind of like to beat it out a little bit to kind of flatten it. And then we'll just put it in add the sauce to the bag. So my skillet is heating right now because I already have one of these. See, you just want it to be a little bit more flat than what it was. That way it can cook a little quicker. So we have that. Looks like this bag didn't make the survival. I'm gonna put some oil on my skillet real quick. So you want your skillet to be really hot because this is spicy Margarita chicken, but I want mine to have its grill marks. So I'm using my grill to actually cook it today. Okay, so now you want to just pour in the sauce that we made. Just pour it into the bag, and then you refrigerate it. You can refrigerate it overnight. You can refrigerate it for an hour, whatever you prefer. The one that I'm going to be using has been refrigerated, I think, for about an hour and a half. So it has a pretty good marinade on it right about now. So make sure you get all of the air out of the bag before you seal it, because you don't want any air in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So when I've made this before, it's been for a larger number of people, and I use the 1 gallon Ziploc bags to marinate it in, and I usually have about 6 of these chicken breasts in there. So you can always make a larger portion. Depends on what you want or who you're serving. So here's the one that's already been in the refrigerator, and it's already been marinating. And we're gonna go ahead and get it on this grill. I want it to be a little bit more hot. It's not hot enough. So I'm gonna be making the Margarita chicken with the rice, and then I made a mango salsa to go on the top of it, just to kind of marry all the flavors. You know, that's my favorite thing, a holy matrimony of food. Okay, so we're just waiting on that to get a little bit more hot. So yeah, this recipe is super quick, it's super easy, and plus it's the kind that you can kind of prepare, put in the refrigerator, and just have it for whenever you have company stopping over. If you like to entertain, you can just, you know, kind of have it on standby. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think my skillet is hot enough now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of the bag and just place it on my grill. sizzle. So as you can see, it's a little bit more of this in here. So what I like to do, just my preference, just so I can have a juicier bite in my food. Once I get to the second side of my chicken on the grill, I like to pour a little bit of this on top of it and finish it with this sauce. So you don't throw it away. It will help you in the end. So save it until you're almost done and just add it to the top. So we're gonna let that cook on each side maybe for like 3 to 4 minutes. So I can have those perfect grill lines. And I'm gonna have this just right here kind of waiting. Oh, I wish y'all could smell it. It smells so good. So I'm also going to show you guys a cool little way of plating your meal. And there's actually a couple of ways you can plate this meal, so I think we'll just go with the simple one tonight. So we'll use a little bit of non-stick spray for our bowl for our rice, so that we can create the look. You know, everybody eats with their eyes first, so if it's not appealing. So now I have a little bit of fresh cilantro. I'm gonna chop that up while it's still cooking. Let me just check my lines. Ooh, it's so pretty. Looks beautiful. So now I'm gonna get a couple of pieces of this cilantro, just because I want to use that for some garnish on my rice. Not very much, just a little. The grill marks on my chicken are perfect. So yeah, we'll chop up the cilantro. And we'll just have that for garnishing our rice. Food tip: anytime you're cutting up anything and you're trying to get it up, don't use the serrated part of the knife, because it makes your knife dull when you rub it against the wood. You always just want to rub it this way, the back of your knife. Just a little tip. So our rice is almost done. Like I said, the rice cooker is like the best thing ever. If you don't have a rice cooker, you really need to invest in one. It saves you time. You know, I love cooking. Love it, love it, love it. But sometimes we just don't have time. And that rice cooker makes it worth your while. So I'm gonna check on my chicken. So it's almost done. So now I'm gonna pour that marinade that I told you about, the little remainder of it. We're gonna add that on the top of it now. And we're gonna probably let it go for maybe 2 more minutes. So I added all of it. So now we're just going to give that a few more. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. So I'm waiting on my rice. It should be done in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Yeah, about 2 minutes. I think it's about 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do, when my rice is done, I'm gonna add the rice here. But I'm going to spray it a little bit. That way when I get ready to plate it, it comes out with ease. So just spray that and leave that there. And this is my mango sauce. I made this morning. I did not do a video, but I will post the recipe for this salsa on my blog today or tomorrow. So it's the easiest mango salsa you would ever make. I mean, it's salsa. I mean, you can't go wrong. I just want you to see how pretty this chicken is. It's gorgeous. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay. But real quick, let me just tell you what's in the salsa. So, of course, I started it off with whole mango. It was a very large mango. And then I followed that up with 1 tomato. It was 1 tomato, half of a red onion, and fresh cilantro. And then I squeezed 1 whole lime in here. And then I did sea salt. So this is what it looks like. And again, I'll just post the recipe on my blog later, but it takes maybe 7 minutes to make it because all you're really doing is cutting vegetables and fruit. And my rice didn't stop yet. I'm gonna leave my chicken breast just on the skillet. The skillet is off, but I'm leaving it there so it doesn't lose its temperature. As I wait for my rice to get done. Let me just check it with a spoon though. Yeah, she's almost done. Yeah, pretty much done. That's pretty much done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rice and put it in the bowl. Give me 1 second. So here we have the rice. Let me just sit that there for a second. You see how quick that was? This is like a full meal. And it was ready in like 15 minutes. Okay, so let's get our rice. So we're gonna plate the rice first because we're gonna flip this plate over. You wanna put it on whichever side you prefer, whatever you prefer. So I'm gonna do it the far left side. And then you just lift it. Isn't that gorgeous? Can y'all see that? Let me see. Isn't that gorgeous? Now we're gonna add our chicken breast. Get that a little closer for you guys to see. There we go. So we're gonna add that fresh cilantro onto the rice. And then now we're gonna top our chicken with the salsa. And you can be as generous as you like. I love mango salsa, so I'm extra generous on mine. Did you hear that? My rice just clicked. Perfect timing, right? Okay, so our dinner is done. We have spicy margarita chicken with cilantro rice. And I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to my rice. It's because I like it like that. So I'm gonna top it with some red pepper flakes. So, Lord, we thank you for this food. Let it nourish and strengthen my body in Jesus' name, amen. I'm gonna tell y'all what it tastes like. Ooh, ooh. Okay, it's all tender. Ooh. Okay. I haven't made this in so long, I forgot what it tastes like. This is so good. Oh my God. I think the last time I made this, I was 6 months pregnant. My daughter is 2 now. I've been missing out. I hope y'all make this. Tag me, post me, or whatever. Inbox me, DM me. Andrea Renee, where she cooked it. Instagram, she cooked it. Facebook, she cooked it. YouTube, Andrea Renee. Spicy margarita chicken, cilantro rice. Bye, y'all.